Welcome to Learn English with Mir. In the quiet town of Willow Creek, where every day was soft and calm, the vanishing of Mr. Hargrove caused a wave of questions. He was not just anyone. He was the town's smartest person, a maker whose new things made everyone amazed and curious. But one morning, his making place was found empty, with the door locked from the inside and no sign of Mr. Hargrove. I, with my two best friends, Jake and Chris, couldn't ignore the mystery in front of us. Mr. Hargrove was our hero, a man who made ideas into amazing things. His missing felt like a hole in our small world, and we chose to become detectives. Our first hint was the making place itself. It was full of new things, with plans all over and machines not finished. The center of the room had Mr. Hargrove's newest work, a machine that looked like a tiny sky full of stars, with planets moving in perfect circles. Yet there was no sign of Mr. Hargrove or any clue of where he might have gone. We asked the town people, each one with their own stories and secrets. Mr. Peabody, the food seller, talked about seeing Mr. Hargrove thinking hard by the water. Tommy, the boy who delivers newspapers, remembered bringing a big pile of science books to Mr. Hargrove's house, just before he disappeared. But it was the town's new bookkeeper, Mr. Thomas, who gave us the most interesting hint. He was a quiet man, lost in his books and keeping the town's small book place in order. When we asked about Mr. Hargrove, his eyes showed he knew something, and he told us to look not for a man who wanted to be found, but for one who wanted to hide. Confused by his words, we watched Mr. Thomas, seeing what he did and liked. Soon, we found his odd love for books about being alone, and the good in a hidden life. It was strange for a man with so many stories around him to want to be alone. Our big clue came by chance. While helping Mr. Thomas with new books, we found a secret spot in an old bookcase. Inside there were letters to us, the young people of Willow Creek, talking about being curious and loving adventure, but signed with a fake name we didn't know. Putting it all together, we faced Mr. Thomas with what we found. With a tired smile, he took off his glasses and told us the truth. Mr. Thomas was really Mr. Hargrove, tired of how people saw him and the weight it put on him. Deep down, he wanted a simple and calm life, to enjoy quiet times, and to inspire without being famous. He chose to disappear, taking a new name as Mr. Thomas, to live with his beloved books, and to quietly push the curious minds of Willow Creek from afar. We agreed to keep his secret, understanding his wish for quiet. Mr. Hargrove's disappearance stayed a puzzle to the town, but for Jake, Chris, and me, it was a lesson in seeing things from others' views. We found out that sometimes people don't want to be found, but to find themselves in the quiet places of the world, where they can surprise and inspire in the most unexpected ways. Let's learn interesting English words from the story we've just covered to improve our English. Vanishing. It means to disappear or stop being present or existing, especially in a sudden, surprising way. Example: dinosaurs vanished from the face of the earth millions of years ago. Curious. Meaning, a person who has a desire to know about different topics or what is happening in the lives of others. Example: they were curious to find out who won the game. Detectives. Meaning, someone whose job is to discover what has happened in a crime or other situation and to find the people involved. Example: she is a detective on the police force. Clue. Meaning, something that helps a person find something or solve a mystery. Example: the police found a vital clue to the girl's disappearance. Disappeared. Meaning, to cease to be seen, vanish from sight, to cease to exist or be known. Example: they just disappeared without any explanation. Adventure. Meaning, an exciting or very unusual experience. Example: we laughed recalling our last adventures. Keeper. Meaning, someone who is responsible for something, especially a property. Example: my father became keeper of the library. Inspire. Meaning, to fill someone with confidence and desire to do something. Example: I want to be a teacher and inspire many young people. Confused. Meaning, being perplexed or disconcerted. Example: I was confused at first. We finished. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to share and subscribe.